Okay, so I need to film an intro for this video, so we're gonna just kind of scroll through eBay sold listings for D23 pins while I talk about the fact that I've been very fascinated by this whole D23 queue situation for merchandise. I've been just following people on like TikTok and whatnot. Those are the two places I'm getting a lot of my pin information for D23, and it's just fascinating. So I feel like this is the first time I've like cared about pins that were released to D23 and how they like you can get like DSSH and like Mickey Glendale pins, and I know those are like available for people, but I live in the middle of nowhere, y'all. I don't live near either of the parks, so I just have to kind of deal with like resellers, and I'll touch on resellers in this video, or I have to like get from Shop Disney, but Shop Disney isn't going to release anything on like this caliber, or I just have to not buy pins, which is something I do for months at a time. But like just following D23, crazy. What was that Lorcana thing where y'all were fighting and trampling people? Crazy. Anyways, I just want to talk about the pins because I'm really into Disney pins. So then after this little intro, I'm gonna go day by day, like the different stores that release, and kind of talk about the different pin releases and how much they're reselling for, and talk about which pins I thought were going to be popular that ended up flopping, and then I'm going to have to touch on those princess dresses because I feel like the princess dresses are like the next grail pin. Like those are the next profiles, like move over profiles. Is now these princess dresses right here. I see these going up by so much money. So yeah, that's what this video is. It's probably going to be long. I apologize, and I don't expect anyone to like actually watch this video. I just have to verbalize my thoughts on this. So that's what this is, and hopefully someone can relate to some part of this. But yeah, cool. Thanks for listening. I'm going to cut to the part where I'm like actually talking about the pins and their releases. Okay, thanks. All right, so I'm on Disney Pins blog because where else would I get my Disney pin information? And I'm gonna go like day by day, store by store. So the first set I'm gonna talk about are the D23 Marketplace Disney pin releases. So yeah, it's just very interesting. So this first set are castles. They represent the Disneyland and Disney World castle. Ellie of 2000, price $30. I've seen these sell for like reasonable prices. They're very cute. I don't really want to pay resale for them. Like I would pay like $29.99 if they were like released in the park, but like they're not anywhere close to like the top of my like wish list. I would trade for them, but they're nice, solid pins. They're like big. We have this gold frame. I like them. There's just going to be some like absolute grails coming up, but these haven't been going for like horrible prices. I've seen these as low as like 40. And when I talk about like where I've like seen pins and I'm getting prices, it's eBay a little bit. It's also on Whatnot. That's like a selling like an auction app. And I've been watching the Disney pin auctions on there. I don't buy anything on there because it's just a little chaotic for me. But those are just where I'm getting prices, and I'm gonna just give you all the lowest price I see because like anyone can like get this pin and list it for like $2,000. I just feel like what people are actually buying for is like a more accurate reflection. And then I'm also filming on like the Tuesday after D23, which I'm pretty sure I said August 13th. I don't know what these prices are going to be like in a day when this video gets posted, in a week, in a month, in a year. I feel like a lot of these are going to go up. Some of these are going to go down. I feel like resellers are going to lose on some of these, but anyways. Up next, we have like a set of like spinner pins. They're nice. Ellie of 1000, $24.99. Yeah, these just aren't really my main collection, but if you like it, you like it. I feel like I've seen a lot of people ask for the Rapunzel spinner. I haven't seen a lot of people buy, but I'm guessing somewhere in that like 40 to 45 range. That's my best estimated guess. Yeah, very cute. I like the spinny element. I just will not be purchasing these Disney Park attraction vehicle diorama sets. Very cute. LE of 500. I only seen a couple of these on Whatnot. I've seen more of them on eBay. I like them. I think they're cute. I collect attractions, and I really like when you have characters on attractions. Like maybe I would try to trade for these in the future, but they're not any of my main characters, like main rides that I collect. So I'm okay just watching all the craziness happen. But I really like this Donald on Mr. Toad. Like that's probably my number one in the set, and then the Pluto one that y'all just saw. But I think it's like a good solid set. I see it. These are going for a little bit more because like they are a diorama style pin. So yeah, I've seen anywhere from like 60 to 100 for these pins. They're very cute. I like it. Then we have the Small World box set sold for 90, LEF 250. To be honest, I haven't really seen people ask about it. This is the Disneyland Small World, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, it's cute. I just haven't seen a lot of people request or talk about it, so I have no idea what it's currently going for, and I don't feel like looking it up on eBay at the moment. The Star Tours box set, LE of 300 and price at $69.99. Have not seen a single person ask for that. I also just don't keep up with like Star Wars and Marvel pins, so I have no clue what it's going for. Same with the Haunted Mansion. I'm just not seeing a lot of people go for these box sets, but like I'm just one person looking at the avenues that I know. It's fine. I don't like this art style, this new age art style that we're putting on all the merchandise, so that's an easy pass for me, despite the fact that I love Haunted Mansion and I like low-key collect Haunted Mansion pins. So these next set of pins are very interesting because they released on Shop Disney after D23, but they sold out very fast on D23, so I don't know. They sold out very fast on Shop Disney, or is it Disney Store? I don't know what it's called now because they like changed their name partway through the year. But these are cute. Ellie of 1000, $24.99. It's like a sketch. It's part of like the Disney Joy on Screen collection, which is all about just like classic Disney and animation and like how we're seeing Disney on screen and Disney talking about how they used to be like revolutionary in like the animation industry, and are they today? That's not up for me. Anyways, I've seen a couple people request these pins. Like they're going for like a decent price. They just did sell out very fast, but I think they're cute. I've seen a lot of people ask about this jumbo right here. I've seen it start at like 150, so yeah, very cute, very cute. These Joy on-screen drawing pad box pins, LE of 200. I've already seen people split up the boxes, which is like to be expected a little bit. And they're selling for like 75 to 100 per individual pin. I haven't really seen anyone, or I haven't seen any like sold listings for like the full box set, but I haven't really been searching for it. But like if you like the character, and you're okay with the broken up box set, go ahead and get it. So there we go. The Disney Joy Everyday pins. I've seen people break this up mainly for Genie. You could get Simba, Lumiere, and Sebastian on their own. If you wanted Genie, you had to purchase all 4 pins, and I've seen Genie sell for the most out of the box set, but I also haven't seen a lot of people talk about this box set since like Friday, Saturday. But they're nice pins. They're cute. Nothing I collect, but like I understand why people would like them. They could also be pretty decent traders. And then the Joy Disney Everyday box set, this one, LE of $250 and $100. I've seen the Stitch pin alone sell for $100. I think this Stitch is really cute, and I collect like book pins. So this is like on my theoretical wish list where I will not make any attempts to buy this pin, but I like it. Stitch is very cute. That's the main one I've seen people really like from this box set. The Mr. Toad Jumbo. Not a lot of hype about it, but you know, what's better than like Mr. Toad? Up, same thing. You can get these for like 60, I feel like is the lowest. Yeah, I feel like these jumbos, they're for someone, it's just they're not like the biggest pins that were released during D23, but I don't think anything from D23 Marketplace or like the big hits, those are probably going to come from like Mickey's of Glendale. Like I've not seen people care about this Tarzan pin, this big old Tarzan jumbo. I feel like there's not a lot of Tarzan merch, but if you're a Tarzan person, you could get this for a little bit above retail. But I haven't really seen people do it. Same with this Haunted Mansion pin. Not for me, but it's like 55 years. Haunted Mansion does pretty well within Disney pins. Like a lot of people love it and collect it, and it's like the anniversary of the Disneyland Haunted Mansion. I feel like it'll do good. A lot of people like these Mary Poppins pins. I feel like those went very fast, and they're going for like, this one I can see going for like around 100. This next one, this Disneyland jumbo, I've not seen people really talk about. It's cute for the Disneyland collectors. And then these jumbo film strips, I believe, were also put up on Disney Store, Disney Shop. I haven't seen people really ask. I know they've asked about like the Snow White in this collection. Other than that, it's just specific collectors asking for it. I feel like with this Ariel and Eric pin, this will be like a good trader in the future. A lot of people love to collect Ariel, and I know like within Ariel collectors, a lot of them like to collect Ariel in her blue dress. So I can see this retaining value very well out of like all the pins in the collection. This pin I haven't really seen people talk about. It's celebrating 25 years of Disney pin trading, and then it says 2025. I feel like, didn't pin trading start in the 90s, or is that just when Disney started selling pins? I didn't realize pin trading became an official thing in like 2000. I don't see this retaining a lot of value outside of like very specific like pin meta collectors because it's dated, and things with like year dates aren't always the best sellers. These pins right here, the little hand in hand, yeah, not the hottest pins of the thing. It's like the hands over the castle. Not for me, but someone might like it. I've not really seen people talk about these like pin trading pins. I imagine Stitch is probably going to be like the best seller, like most valuable out of the whole box set. That's my prediction. The Midnight Masquerade box set, I've seen people like kind of discuss and talk about, but not a whole lot. People are loving the box sets, this like Disney Joy in our parks. You have all the characters just in some part of like the Disney parks, Orange Bird with popcorn, Stitch with balloons, Mickey and French Face Mountain with ice cream. These are going pretty well. I've seen boxes go for like $60 or $70 and then like $30 or $40 per each pin or per each like blind bag. But the boxes are always going to go well because people want to like complete their collection, or they want to get like that one specific pin, so they have to like keep buying until they get the pin. I feel like Stitch and Orange Bird are probably going to be like the toughest to get if you didn't get them already. But I've seen just like so many of like the Dumbo, Donald, Simba's, Mickey's. I feel like these would be like pretty solid traders. Star Wars Jumbo Pin, I've not seen anyone request this or ask about it in lives or on different pin areas. And then these frame sets. Frame sets are always going to do well and hold value because they're like such low limited edition of 100. They're going to be very expensive. They're going to be expensive, and they're going to be pretty decent in the future if you want to sell them or just display it. So yeah, that's everything that was available at D23 Marketplace. All right, so for the remaining days, we're going to go by like which store. So like I'm going to start with Friday, August 9th. These are the Walt Disney Company pin store releases. So the pin store did these like jar pins that look very basic, nothing special here on the sheet that I'm showing you. But the paint jars are a decent size. They're almost like a mini jumbo size, and it's very like glittery and like shiny, the paint. So they'll be like red glitter, pink glitter, depending on which one it is. There's just too many paint jars in my opinion, and I feel like if we're going to do all 90, 100 pins that were released, we could have gotten more character variants, you know? I feel like out of these, the set that was released today, because this was split up into 3 days, princesses are always going to be pretty decent, but I see like this pink Charlotte, she's going to be like great in a collection. It's going to be like very expensive or a very decent trader just because Charlotte isn't on a lot of pins. Morph, I've seen people ask for Morph, so for all the Morph heads, there you go, there's a Morph pin. Angel's going to do decent, but a lot of these, and Baymax is going to do decent, but like Raja, Iago, Flora, even like Mother Gothel, King Louis, you can get those for like 50 to 60. I've seen for like lowest prices for them, but people like Ariel, Angel, Charlotte, those are going to go for more. Charlotte's going for like triple digits. Yeah. And then the pin company also is doing like the 3-day release for the songs we grew up with. Well, you'll just have like a character in like a popular song. These are going for like 60-ish. I've seen pretty decent. I feel like for these, I've seen a lot of people go for like Let It Go, obviously, and Baby Mine, which low key, I haven't seen Dumbo in like 20 years. Those feel very Those feel like the more popular ones people are asking for. But like I feel like Cinderella, Remember Me, A Whole New World, Waiting on a Miracle, those you can probably still find for sale for like a somewhat okay price. The Friends from Around the World, they feature like Disney animals, Disney dogs in their country of origin in front of a landmark. I like this in concept. I just don't like the frame around them, and I also don't collect any of the characters. But again, these are going from like 50 to 70. I haven't really seen any sell above 100. They'll be decent traders because I know there are people who like really love their Disney dogs. So yeah, not a horrible price to purchase for, and they also make like decent traders. I'm guessing like Nana. I know there's a lot of Nana collectors, so my guess is that that'll be a good trader. And then also Oliver and Friends. People love Oliver and Friends. Up next is Grail for some people. The hugs are the best. Yeah, these are going to be great pins, great traders. I want the Tiana and Charlotte one because I'm a Princess and the Frog collector. I've not seen this one sell for under $100. I've seen them go for in like the 200 range. So it really just depends. And there's a lot of like volatility in the prices because these pins were just released. But I've been seeing a lot of people ask for Tiana and Charlotte in particular out of this series. And then I also saw someone get the Simba and Sarabi for like $50. So a lot of variation between pins in a set. But yeah, these are pretty decent. It's a pretty decent set. I can see a lot of people putting some of them on their wish list. One of them is on mine. And then for pin boxes, like I said earlier, they're always going to sell well. I've seen both the princesses and the Mickey City outfits go for like 50 to 60 a box, or like $30 to $50 on pins and the blind boxes within pins. I feel like the princesses are more popular than the Mickey City outfits, but people are going to like want to get the whole collection. So I see what you're doing there, Disney. All right, still on Friday, DSSH. These are the DSSH releases. The Lilo and Stitch cuties, crazy. I've seen people get like the whole set for like $500, $600, and then like Lilo, Stitch, Angel, and Nani are going for like so much. I've seen like a Stitch sell for like 150. This is a very popular set. I like that we're getting more than just like Stitch and Lilo and Stitch merchandise, so it's cool. They'll be decent traders. Yeah, but you're not going to get these or really any of these pins at retail cost. The Feathered series, I've not seen a lot of love for the Feathered series, but for any of my like bird people, this might be your series. Diablo's probably going to do well. Hey, hey. And then for the Cinderella birds, this bird right here near the toe of the shoe, we're not sure, just like as a pin community, if you're only supposed to see one of the eyes on the birds, or if there's supposed to be two eyes and they're all just error pins. But people have been kind of snatching up this, not only because they like Cinderella, but because of this bird, and people love to collect pins with errors that are like authentic Disney pins and not fakes. But like, yeah, if you want like Zazu or Flitz, the world is your oyster. This was not the most popular set, but if it's your thing, it's your thing. The dog self-portrait series is one where I thought there would be more people loving it. I know people love dogs. They love their dogs. They love Disney dogs. They collect Disney dogs. I just personally have not been seeing the hype for this, which means the pins are going for like $50 to $70 I've seen for the most part, which is like good for the Congo collectors. But yeah, I just assumed there would be more demand for this, but you can still find just about all of these pins for a somewhat okay cost, depending on your pin budget. The instrumental cast series, these are going for like 65, 70. Stitch is going to go for a little bit more, and I feel like Peter Pan's going to go for more. Like if you want Hermes or Scat Cat, those won't be too much. I really like this Kermit and the Kronk one. I would trade for those in the future. If the prices ever come down from like $60, $70, I would see like buying for like slightly above retail for both of those. But I can also like wait and trade for them or just not put them in my collection. We have the Circle of Books series. I love each and every one of these pins. I would collect all of them. That's just me. I know a lot of people don't like it. They don't like the frames. They didn't realize they're like framing around each pin as a book. But I have like a very like niche collection, which right now only has like 2 pins of like Disney characters reading. And so obviously like this is the set for me. Like I would actively want to like purchase any of these. They're going for like 50 for like Carl and Merlin, and then like over 100 for Belle, because a lot of people love Belle in the blue dress. Belle's known as a reader. A lot of people just love Stitch, so Stitch is always going to sell well. But I've seen like Mei Lin, Anita, Olaf, Old Hag. Those you can probably find, but I would love to like complete this one day. I don't think I have that many trader pins at the moment, but like my favorites are probably Tiana because I collect Princess and the Frog. I also like Belle. I like all of them. I want this whole collection. What can I say? We also have the Villains Gallery Portrait series. I thought these were gonna like fly off the shelves. They went a little slower than I thought in like that 60 range. I feel like all these pins were in like that 60 to 70 range. I know Maleficent I feel like was the most popular from the series, but you can still find like Lady Tremaine, Queen of Hearts, Captain Hook, Madame Medusa. I feel like these will be like pretty good traders. Villains are usually like solid investments for trading. And yeah, I like them. I like the pins. I just don't really collect villains. But I would like, if given the opportunity, trade. Okay, here we are. The WDI, which stands for Walt Disney Imagineering pin release at Mickey's of Glendale. WDI pins are always like the top, the nicest pins, the grails. And if we just get into it with this first set, the Disney princess dresses, these are absolute grail pins. They're originally $50. I've not seen any of these go for below $200. I've not seen any resellers be able to like get them easily, which is like very fascinating, with the exception of a couple resellers who I think were up to some funny business with those little d23 cues. These are just very difficult to get, and like they were the pins all weekend. Whenever people posted like here's all my scores from d23, it's like, did you get the princess dresses? That is what people want. But like I said, these are going to replace profile pins in my opinion for like the ultimate holy grails. WDI did the profile series and they haven't done any for a while, and I think it's because they were cooking up these. These are going to be the new centerpieces on your specific character's board. Like, this is it. These are the pins, very beautiful. I like all of them. I would want Tiana the most, but I would be happy with any of them. And it's interesting they're including Rhea in this. But yeah, oh, the Snow White one with the log. Little sick. These are just great pins. They're going to be excellent traders. And I feel like they're only going to go up in value. The Disney Cuckoo Clock people have also been loving. I've seen these go for like in like the 120 to 150. They're very large. They're again like the dioramas, like the attractions I was talking about earlier. And apparently there's like movement, like interactive elements within the pins. Everyone I've seen who's like selling them still have them in the plastic. But these are just big, wonderful pins. Low LE. I feel like Sleeping Beauty will be a good one because people like Sleeping Beauty. You have Aurora in the blue dress, which you don't see as often. You have Maleficent. I know this Roger Rabbit, the Jessica Rabbit collectors are going to get it. I really haven't seen any of the Snow White ones, so I'm guessing those are like all sold out, but it's very cute. All of them are cute. You can still find these. You're going to just be paying a lot for them, but these are also going to be like excellent centerpieces for pin boards and like beautiful, wonderful for trading. These Disney villains, I don't know. They're doing good. I feel like the villains that are popular, Maleficent, Ursula, those are going to sell and have sold very well, and they'll be great for trading. But Stromboli, Big Bad Wolf, those are going to sell at like $60, $70, while Maleficent is like at $200. I feel like WDI thought these were going to go like hotcakes, and like a couple of them will. You can find Aunt Sarah, even though people are trying to get Aunt Sarah because they have the cats in this bag, and they can't really put they can. Disney's choosing to not put the cats on like merchandise as much. Lady Tremaine, that's my girl right there. But yeah, I just feel like they really wanted a lot out of these pins, but they chose such interesting, like, why is Balthazar here? There's very interesting villains to showcase, and they haven't been moving as fast as I assumed that they would. Like, I guarantee you can get like a Facilier for like $70 right there. One for a low. Madame Medusa might be like decent. Madame Mim will probably be like good trading in the future, but like a lot of these like lower tier villains, you'll be seeing them closer to cost if you wait like a week or so. And then everyone is asking about these World of pins. Elia 400, $74.95 to begin with. People are selling these at like $125, $150, $200. They're not for me, but a lot of people like them and they're asking about them, so I can see these being special for people. So you'll have the world, you have Peter Pan, you have like Neverland right here. Then you'll have these itty bitty teeny tiny build your own pins. Disney's really trying to get us to get back into like building our own pins. I just don't like it. I'm so happy for all the people that love these sets and are going for it. And I see a lot of people asking for these. I'm seeing less people actually like bid on them and want them and like get them on eBay. So very popular. I just think it's the price. And also like these little pins on the side are so small. If they were like a little bigger, maybe I'd understand. But if you look at some of these, like Tinkerbell's will be like smaller than your thumb, I guarantee. I just don't see the price justification for it. But that's me. They also have any Princess and the Frog or Clarabelle or like great movie ride ones. So like obviously they're not going to be grails for me. People have also been asking about these Disney maps. These are going for like 200. People are like asking for double on the resale. Again, a lot of people ask for it. Not as many people buying it. I've seen people do the Alice in Wonderland ones a couple, but like it's a good size-ish pin. There's multiple pins in it. People want them. I just think people are going to try to wait these out and see if they can get them closer to retail because due to like the queuing and how just difficult it was to get pins at D23, people are charging like double. They're charging like double for these pins, and I just don't think as many people are seeing the value. So I feel like these might come down to where they're at, but I don't necessarily know if you're going to be able to get them at cost anytime soon. I also feel like people are going to turn around and use these to trade for like dresses in the coming weeks. And then the Adorbs. A lot of people like the Adorbs. I don't like the art style, but that's not this video. I've seen Robin Hood go for like 50 or 60 a box, and then like $30-ish per pin. Yeah. And then these, I haven't seen a lot of people talk about the box set, so I don't have any information on that. Alrighty, so we're going to move on to the pins that were released on Saturday the 10th, starting with Walt Disney Company. They had more of these paint jars. More of these paint jars. They're going to be very variable in price, like I said earlier. I want Tiana. Like, I've seen like Louis, I've seen Tafiti, I've seen Merryweather, Merlin. It's just, they're nice pins. I just wouldn't pay a whole lot for them, but I've seen like the princesses, like I said, they do well. Vanellope's gonna do well. Stitch is gonna do well. Also for these pins, you'll notice for princesses specifically, it'll say like Disney's princess, so the other characters don't have that. So like as an example, Belle will say Disney's Belle. Winnie the Pooh just says Winnie the Pooh. Tiana says Disney's Tiana. Vanellope just says Vanellope. Merryweather just says Merryweather. Cinderella says Disney's Cinderella, but Elsa just says Elsa. We've kind of noticed that a lot of people are trying to like figure out why, and some people are saying it has to do with like making sure that people know it's like that specific princess. You know how there's like different Cinderellas. So we'll know this is like Disney's Cinderella, but like, would the art style not do that for you? Because like, I don't know, if it has to do with like, public domain or what they're thinking, or why Elsa doesn't have like a Disney's Elsa, don't ask me. I don't know, you're gonna have to go to Disney with that. Songs we grew up with, again, solid, pretty solid, just depending on the character. I feel like you can still get like bare necessities, Hakuna Matata, a pretty good price, but you can still find some of them available for decent prices, and they'll also be like pretty good for trading. The Seasons of Friendship, people are loving the Winter Stitch and Angel. They're also loving Any Princess. I feel like they're going pretty well. They also have some, yeah, I just feel like these are going to be pretty good. I've been seeing these in like the 70, 80, 90 range, depending on which one. So yeah, just pretty good, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. These, the fairy tale dancing, are going to be more grails. These are going for over 100. You have princesses and princes, and they're dancing in front of their land, their place. I love them. I think they're very cute, very beautiful. I, of course, want Tiana and Naveen, but I'm also loving this Aurora and Philip one here. But you're not going to get these anywhere close to retail. They're going to be double the price of retail minimum, sometimes triple or quadruple. I've seen a couple of these go for like over $200. So these are absolutely going to be at like the top of people's wish lists. And then both of these pin sets, again, the mystery boxes, are going to be in that like 50 to 70 range. I'm surprised this villain set isn't doing what I thought it would do. This is one of those where I assume people would love it, and people like are getting the boxes. I just don't like this like oil sheen coating on top of all the villains. That's what's preventing me from getting it. Yeah, but like for the classic friends, I know Marie is going to do well, and Dumbo probably. But yeah. All right, Saturday, DSSH Big Hero 6 Cuties. I'm seeing these go for like 500 and up to 1,000. If you're able to get the full set, I believe you could like sell these for like 700 to 1,000. If you're willing to separate Baymax, gone. Everyone wants the cuties. Everyone really wants the Big Hero 6 cuties. If you manage to get this, you're either going to make a lot of money, or you can do like very good trades with them. So always interesting how this works. Very cute. I like the set. I feel like it's not doing as well as we originally thought. I also think that has to just do with like reseller prices. I'm seeing these in like the 60 to 100 range. If we get them down to like 50, then you can talk to me, because I feel like these would go well on like my plant tea board. They could also work on like a food board, but they're just very cute. I know Stitch is going well, but you can see just about everyone else for a decentish price. I know the best price would be below retail, then the next would be at retail, but I just feel like because of like the chaoticness of D23, you're not going to get any of these at retail for like a long while. You're gonna, yeah. Anyways, I really like this set. PTDs, this was interesting. I've seen these go for about 100, so people are asking for double the price for just any of the PTDs. People are really liking this top row right here. These were all other PTDs. I know because like this Mickey Mouse PTD, I feel like that was the first pin trader like that came out ever. Like, am I wrong? But they're jumbo. That's why it's originally like almost $50 each, why people are charging for 100. They're very big pins, but you can find them. I think people are a little like not willing to pay that 100 price necessarily. So you probably won't be able to find Stitch, but you can find just about all the other ones very well. You can find Pascal, Flower, Marie, Donald, Mickey, Chip, Tank, just about everywhere. But I think these will be like decent traders in the future. But if you don't like PTDs or like you don't have food, I can see why you would be hesitant in wanting to get these pins. The Mickeys and Friend Cuties, they're solid. They're not as big as like the Big Hero 6 ones, but like people still want them. I haven't really seen full sets going, but like individual ones are like in the upper double digits. They're in like $70, $80 per each cutie, but people just really like the cutie ones. The classic movie posters aren't moving as fast as I thought they were going to go. You'll have a character that's kind of like, it's a pin on pin and like this rubberized element in front of the like classic poster for the movie. You can find just about all of these starting at like 60. So they're like roughly double from what they originally cost through Disney, but they're available. They'll be like pretty decent. These just aren't any of my main collections. That's why I don't have it, but people, I don't know. I feel like these just aren't going for the prices that like people like resellers are asking for, and I can see these dropping in the future. So like you might want to wait on those a little bit. Like you can get almost like when I'm on like Whatnot or eBay, I'm seeing like all of them be available. It's not like none of them have been available. You know, I love this magazine series. I feel like no one else does. These are going for like between like 50 and 75. A couple of them, like Belle, are going for quite a bit, but I just absolutely love the series. I would get all of them if I could. I love Tiana, I love Belle, I love Scrooge, McDuck. We also have Rapunzel and Ariel at the bottom. A couple of them are more difficult, but you can get quite a few of these. You can get like the Big Cats, you can get Floor Town, you can get Mad Hatter. These I feel like are gonna stay pretty consistent where they're at on like the resell, but like they'll be pretty decent traders. I really like them. I just don't think anyone else. I don't know. I feel like people like them. They just aren't as popular as I assumed they would be, but like the characters that have a big pin collecting following are gonna do great. And then these pins did a whole lot better than I thought. The Deadpool and Wolverine, the El Capitan Theater Marquee, those are always, they're not always going to do good. Like Lions, may not necessarily go for like hundreds, but a popular movie like the Marquee pin is going to be crazy triple digits, and the Deadpool and Wolverine is going. Also, this heart pin, people are asking for like over 100 for both of these. Very popular. I did not see that being that popular, but I also just don't care about Marvel anymore. I tapped out after Endgame, so I can't tell you what's going on in like the Marvel world, but people are really liking the Deadpool. The heart and the Marquee, these comics, I'm seeing less demand for them, but I'm guessing it's out there. And then we're back on the beautiful, big, wonderful WDI at Mickey's of Glendale for Saturday. This right here, 10 out of 10. I'm getting my grubby little hands on this pin set right here. The Big Thunder Mountain Railroad 45th Anniversary set, $150, Elliot 400, 4 pins in the box set. I'm going to pay a wild amount on the resale market for this pin. I'm the only one demanding it. I remember when this was like previewed probably a month ago, I want to say. I already knew I'm getting my hands on this pin, and I am. I do collect attractions. Big Thunder's fun, but I'm getting it for Miss Clarabelle. I don't know why I put myself through this, but I'm probably going to end up spending around $250, $300 on the resale market to get this jumbo pin for Miss Clarabelle, so I can, take one step closer to being a Clarabelle pin completist. That's the only reason. If Clarabelle wasn't on this pin, I wouldn't care. I don't necessarily need like big jumbo pins, and then Big Thunder isn't in my top 15 rides, so sorry, but it's not. But I have to get this pin, and I've seen it on eBay. I haven't really seen a lot of people on Whatnot talk about it. And when I'm just like in the Disney pin forums and such, where we talk about pins and the different groups and all that, I'm really the only one that cares about this set, honestly and truly. But if someone wants to slide this my way, I wouldn't mind. The Disney princesses with glitter. It's a 3D cast pin with laser print and glitter fills. Like this background will have glitter. These are going for a lot. These are going for over 100 despite being like less than like $33. They're LE, the glitter element. Everyone likes princesses. I feel like that's a pretty solid collection. So I see these being like great traders. If I come across Tiana, I will get it. I just don't know how well like the glitter is gonna age because it's in like this substance. Like I don't know. I can't get every Tiana pin, and I'm okay not getting this one. If this one happens to come my way with that big Thunder Mountain jumbo pin, cool. If not, fine. Yeah. But these pins, a lot of people like these, so that's cute. We have even more princesses, and we're including Rhea again. But yeah, these are going to be a pretty penny, or they're going to be very good traders. And again, with these Disney villains, some are going, some aren't. Gaston is going to do fine. But like Clayton, Prince John, you can find these pins, I promise you. Some of the lower tier villains, these are going to be available. They're going to drop from what people are trying to... They're probably not going to drop a whole lot. I see these being like 60 minimum no matter what. But yeah, it's just not popping the way I thought they would pop. They chose an interesting group of villains, for sure. But like, what am I going to do with Percival? Y'all know? Ursula, I feel like is going to do well. Scar is going to do well. Yzma, that's my girl right there. She looks beautiful. I just wouldn't really want to do... Like the big villains are going to be like 100 plus. Yokai, not as much demand. Horn King, not as much demand. And then again, people love the world of Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Mermaid, Nightmare Before Christmas. People have been asking about them, but like I said, for the Friday releases, not as poppin'. And then again, Disney Paps, people want them. They're just very expensive, and I feel like a lot of people are holding out, hoping they drop to a more reasonable price, because these are going for like 150, 200. And like, I get it. I see why the resellers are doing it sometimes. I'm not 100% on Team Reseller, despite what I'm saying in this video. I feel like we're waiting collectively to see how much these prices will fall before we snap them up. Haunted Mansion, this box set going very, 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 very well. I'm seeing people get like a box, and there's what, like 3 pins per box, but they're like Tiny Kingdom. Like that size, they're itty bitty pins. Like, you'll be able to see like the Mickey back. Like the Mickey back will be like the majority of the size for these pins. But people love Haunted Mansion, people love mystery boxes, people want to complete the set, and we have this little map that you can like put the pins on. These are going for a lot. I think they're going to make good traders. I liked a couple of the pins, but I might just try to trade for those pins individually. I don't need the bus. I don't need the clock. I don't need the chair. But I would take like Frozen Adorbs. Yeah, Frozen Adorbs a lot. Like $80 per box. Like the chasers for this are going for like over 100. People love Adorbs. People love Frozen. Mulan, pretty decent. I've seen for like 70, 80. They're just not going as fast as the other Adorbs, but they're going at a steady pace. All right, so now if we go to Sunday, we're at the Walt Disney Company pin store again. We're rounding out these paint jars. Yeah, overall, I think the paint jars are pretty. These pictures I'm showing don't look good. They're very glittery in person, a lot bigger than you think. I just think for like all the characters, we really should have like threw in a couple like crazy curveball characters. Like Maleficent and Ursula are always going to do good, but what about like Clara Cluck? We could have had a Clarabelle Cow. Honestly, she could fit in almost any of these colors. Like I would trade Yokai or Figaro or Khan or Flower or Old Hag for Clarabelle Cow. Little jar. I would have paid up to $300 for that, so a reseller and Disney really missed out on not coming off the Clarabelle Cow one. There's like a good amount of like popular characters. Like I said, Ursula's going to do good. The princesses are going to do good. There's Megara from Hercules. I feel like she's going to be pretty solid. I feel like people are sleeping on this pin, but there's a lot of like med collectors, and so if you happen to get that at a decent price, it's going to be great for trading. But there's just so many of them that like not all of them are going to be great. Anna will probably sell, like you can still get like Facilier, Esmeralda, Madame Mim. Tuk Tuk is going. Cogsworth is not. Nana's probably going to be decent. Coda, you know, from Brother Bear. And this was just very interesting. I would love to talk to like the design team and figure out how we had like 8,000 characters for these little jars, how we decided who makes it, who doesn't, and like why Clarabelle wasn't on it. That's just a question, you know? And then we're rounding out the songs we grew up with. I feel like Monsters, Inc. is doing pretty good, and the Toy Story one's doing good, because you don't always necessarily see like Pixar mixed in with these pins, so like that's nice. But like I said, these are gonna be like pretty decent traders, or they'll be like great for someone's collection. And they're not going crazy. You can get them for like under 100 for each one. This Premiere is another one where I assume the makers thought these were gonna like fly, but they don't. It's a villain on a red carpet in front of the original movie poster for their movie. You can find just about all of these. Broken Record, Ursula and Maleficent are probably gonna be harder to find. Those are probably going for over 100. But Hans, you can get Hans. King's Magnifico, that might be a little free pin they throw in one day. Those aren't really selling a whole lot, but I see like Madame Medusa, Yzma holding decent value. But like I feel like resellers really like price these high. But these are another one where like I would get some at cost, at retail cost. No one's selling them for retail cost, so I'm gonna skip it, but I just don't see the value. Even when I see them in person, they look nice, but it's just in the whole pin, the villain is such a small, especially for like Facilier, Yzma, Hans, like the skinny legends, those are just, it's such a small sliver of the pin that you can get pins of the characters, open edition, a lot cheaper than the $34.95, and they look the same. It's not the most unique pose for any of the characters. Hugs are the best. People are loving them. Loving them. I feel like Princesses, Baymax, and then Inside Out are like the biggest ones from this, but everyone loves all of them. I've seen anywhere from like 80 to 100. I've seen lower ones for like Chippendale, Mickey and Pluto, Dot 1 and Daisy, but Fab 5, Fab 6, whatever, just don't sell as well. I'm also surprised I've been seeing a lot of Judy and Nick. Like, where are my Zootopia people? Are you going to wait this one out or try to trade for it? I feel like Zootopia pin collections, that used to be a thing in like 2018, 2019, 2020. What happened to the Zootopia collectors? Because I see the Nick and Judy all everywhere. And then for this box set, I haven't really seen people talk about mini city outfit. Cute. I'm guessing there's a lot of people that are doing it. I feel like you could probably, you know, get this for less than like $60 or like trade for them in the future, but this Encanto crazy. The Chaser, everyone wants a Chaser, which is Bruno. These Encantos are going for like 70 each, and they're very large pins, the Encanto ones. I'll give them that. At the $26.95, yeah, I may pick up a box, not for what they're reselling for though. Alrighty, then we're gonna end with our WDI pins. Heroes versus villains, these are good. These are going for like, the lowest I've seen is 100 for the lesser villains, but Maleficent, Gaston, these are going for like 150, 200. They're very large pins. You get 2 pins, and yeah, I know they're like more expensive to start with. They're gonna hold value. The more popular people are gonna hold value, and some of the other people just won't hold so much value. But like this, the Sorcerer Mickey, that's gonna fly. Stitch, gonna fly. Eric, gonna fly. And some of these on this page you can still find now. Those are the Little Wish people. Nobody's really coming for them. Robin Hood, it's slow. Horn King, it's slow. Madam Mim, it's slow. Hero and Baymax versus Yokai going very fast. So this is another one where, very interesting. I like the character choices and how we're not going with just the standard villains. But they're either like gone, going for like triple, quadruple the price, or you can find them. I feel like this Wish one, you'll give it a week or so, people are going to be like taking money off of their offers for that one. And then again, more Disney villains. Bowler Hat Guy's going for a lot more than I thought he would. But like I said, if it's a popular villain, it'll sell for more. Less popular villain, it will sell for less. You can get Hans, you can get King Magnifico, you can get Headless Horseman. Bellwether, again, Zootopia people, where are you at? Captain Cantu, you know, not selling as much, but pretty decent. Then we're ending with more World of, going for like 150, like I've been saying, itty bitty pins, people love it. Disney Maps, 150 to 200, people love it. I don't love it. These Oliver and Company adorbs, crazy. Absolutely crazy. I have not seen Oliver and Company in about 20 years, but y'all's, these boxes I've seen go for like $90, $100 for the box. Yeah, the Chasers are going for a lot. These dog little characters are going for a lot. This surprised me because I didn't realize Oliver and Company hit fans out there like that. So yeah, that's kind of the end. Shout out to anyone who makes it to the end of this video. If you make it to the end of this video, you're the real one. Like, I don't know, put like an emoji or like interact with this video in some way. It's very long and I just wanted to go through the pins. I know I didn't go through like all of them. I like skipped like Loungefly completely, skipped Fig pins. There's like a little bit of a demand for those. I just not as hyped as the other ones. I also just don't really like Loungefly pins, but that's not relevant at the moment. But yeah, this is just crazy. And I know that people hit to like Q, and so that's why they're so expensive. But some resellers are trying to like sell one of these pins and like refund their whole vacation. Like some of y'all are out here whiling with how much you're charging for some of these pins. Some people are more reasonable. I feel like on What's Not, you'll find a couple more of the reasonable people will start like at retail or like at $50, $60 for pins. And so that's a little bit better. eBay, Wild West, but it's always been the Wild West out there. And I just also think the Q is interesting, and I'm happy that no one's watching through the end of this video so I can start giving some of my conspiracy theories. A lot of these people you see with multiple sets probably had like their whole families with them. They probably had like 5, 6, 7 people all trying to get the Qs. I heard it went smoother on like iPhone than it did Android in order to get Q number. You also didn't have to be a D23 to get a Q number. You could just like be anywhere and get Q group like 4, and people are selling it for like $800 to $1,000 to get a Q for like WDI Glendale pins. So I don't know how Disney's gonna fix that in the future. I also feel like part of me is like, hey Disney, don't you want to stop these resellers and like you actually make up some of that cost? And so we've like reworked how these are given out, but also like, does Disney care? They have a lot of money, but then when you look at like their like earning reports, it's going down a little bit. But I'm dealing with lots of earning reports for Disney. What else do I want to say in this video since people aren't really watching to the end of it? It's just absolutely crazy. I've seen some pin people, not naming names, some of you more popular people in the pin community. I'm suspicious, very suspicious of how you all got these at retail. I think there was some tomfoolery going around, but I also think, I don't know, like they're just trying to resell. That's it. I have no idea how you stop resellers. Like the only thing would be for Disney to just come out with like better rack pins that are available for years at a time, but they probably won't do that because they just make so much money. But like this little Oliver and Company box, but you can get one of these Chasers for over $100. Like Disney, don't you want that profit? Some of you resellers are out here scamming. Just like, I don't know. Some of y'all's, and I understand the queue. You had to get up at 4 a.m. Disneyland time. You had to go wait outside, deal with all of it, and then you had to like get to D23. But some of y'all's want us to like fully pay off everything, and I just don't know how I feel about that. Like, yes, you got on a plane and you have to get a hotel room and all of this, and you want to just like make your money back like anyone would, but some of y'all's doing it, you know, with questionable ethics. Not all of you. A lot of people are great. A lot of resellers are great, but I'm just eyeing some of y'all that have like 800 of the cuties. And then I also know that there's like pin trading for these. Crazy, absolute madness. I am just very fascinated by D23 and the pin releases. And I've been in the pin community for a while, but I just don't live near the parks. So I like once a month will like search Disney pin blogs just because I don't want to get a lot of FOMO because like I'm not near the parks. I don't really want to be near the parks. I like where I live. I like my job. I have no desire to like work for Disney and lose the magic that way. But maybe I just pay attention to like pin releases more. Like, is anything else on this level? Is it just like the pins and the little sets from D23? So I'm gonna pay close attention to the upcoming like Villains After Dark pin event and see what that's like. But absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I think that's all the points I wanted to talk about. Like I said, I have to get that Clarabelle Jumbo. That Clarabelle Jumbo is going to be mine in less than a month, I promise you that. Everything else, I want to just kind of see how prices fluctuate. I want to see where they kind of like after a week, after a month, even like after the Disney pin event, like towards the end of the year, see where some of these are lying on the resale market. That would be just, it's very interesting to me to see where some of these are going to end up on the resale market. Because right now, like they're new, it's fluctuating. You're not really going to get anything like at cost or like below. Like some of these are going to drop below. The resellers are going to lose money on these a little bit, but it's just very interesting. Very interesting. I'm also side-eyeing one specific reseller who got multiple of the WDI princess dresses. Weird. Disney, look into it. There was something going on. There's something afoot there. But anyways, shout out to the people that fell asleep while watching this video and you made it to the end. You're the real ones. And I was gonna ask you guys want me to do more videos like this, but no one's around to listen to it. I really like following these pin events. These past 5 days, from like Friday to like Tuesday when I'm filming, just absolutely in love with following it. I love going in the Reddits and the Discords for pins. I'm not on Instagram or Facebook anymore, but I just know some of those Facebook groups are going wild. I know someone out there really wants the Vanellope like paint can at retail, and then they're fighting with people in the comments about why they won't get it at retail. I already know what's happening over there on Facebook land, but I had to leave Facebook behind about 6 years ago. And things have been pretty chill on YouTube. I've seen a couple people talk about like queuing and all that, but yeah, just so fascinating. It's so fascinating. Like, I forgot how exciting Disney pins can be. And has a D23 ever been like this? Even like with like the Lorcana and y'all's like knocking old ladies out or whatever y'all doing in that Lorcana line. Crazy. Is it like a post-pandemic thing? Because I feel like I've never heard of like D23 being crazy. So let me know your thoughts. Do you have any pins? Do you like any of the pins? There's the Clarabelle one that I'm actually getting, then there's a couple Tiana ones I want. I unfortunately am gonna be a part of the problem. I am gonna be a part of the problem because that Tiana and Charlotte hugging pin, there's like a number in the triple digits in my mind that I'm like willing to pay for the pin. And my traders just like aren't there. I'm also like I'm not into trading anymore. I like low-key want to get out of pin trading a little bit, but that's a separate video. And this video is entirely too long anyway, so I'm gonna let you all go. I will get this video out as soon as I can. Hopefully it'll come out and like this topic is still relevant. And if you like it, I talk about Disney pins quite a bit. So give me a follow. Any other pin topics you want me to talk about? Let me know. Let your girl know. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let myself go. I'm gonna edit this. Stop together the editing. And it's gonna be good. All right, bye. Bye.